So here's the Duracell Power Bank, and this is my 5-month update on this unit. Well, back in July I did a first impression video of this power bank here, this Duracell power bank, and I'll leave a description below. Overall, still happy with it. Normal wear and tear on it, normal issues as you would say with a $10 power bank. I'll go over a couple of them issues. First thing with it is this seems to lose some life over time. Doesn't hold the charge like it did when it was brand new, and charging, it seemed not to charge completely full like it was brand new. And especially in cold weather, if you kept this out in your truck or your vehicle and it was real cold out, you would notice that if you had full bars, that some of the bars would be gone. And that seems to be pretty normal with battery operated devices. In cold weather, if it's really cold out, it will charge up to probably about 70-75%, and I'll normally get about 85 to 90% when it's warm out. I found that charging it in airplane mode seems to help out a lot, and I use it quite a bit. I use it all the time. So I never really stored it for any amount of time. I use it probably once a week, maybe once every other week. I run it till it's dead and then recharge it. Now I use an iPhone 5S. It worked better on my wife's iPhone 4S. She has now recently switched to a Samsung Galaxy 5, I believe, and it does not work well on Samsung phones. Them batteries are really hard to charge. We put it on there and it does charge it some, but nothing like what you would get out of trying to charge an iPhone or handheld camera. Some things I have noticed though are, as I mentioned before, when you're charging your phone from the device, putting your phone into airplane mode seems to help it charge a lot better, and then draining it and then recharging it. A lot of the companies that make these suggest that once a month you drain them and then recharge them. But like I said, I use this all the time, so I've never really stored it for any length of time. Another thing is charging this from your computer instead of charging it from an outlet in a wall. Now, I'm not a big electronic person and don't know the difference, but it seems to get a better, stronger charge from the computer versus like your outlet. Some of the things people ask me about charging it is when you plug it in, you notice that this last light is blinking. Well, when it's completely dead, one light will blink, and as it starts charging, this will become solid and the next one will blink, and then this one will become solid and then the next one will blink, and down to the last one. Now when I pushed the button on this, it showed all 4 bars were good, but as you can see, I plugged it in, and this last one's, so it did lose some type of a charge. Had this for about 3 weeks charged, and so you can see it did lose some type of charge. Another thing that people have asked is, when you're charging the unit, you plug it in and it doesn't charge, but when you push the button, it starts to charge. Well, then these lights will go off. Now, it's still charging, even though the lights are off. It's still charging. And you noticed when I plugged it in, we're missing a bar right away. And that's always done that, even with a full charge. If it was 3/4 of the way charged and I plugged it in, it only showed 2 bars, and that's done it since I've had it. And as you can see, it keeps going off like this, but it's still charging even though the lights went off on it. Overall, I'm still happy with the power bank. It's going to lose some charge, and it's going to lose its charging capability. You're not going to get a full charge out of it after so long, just like any battery. Sitting in the cold or sitting in the water or not being used, it's going to drain some. But overall, I feel that if my phone went dead and they could give me 25% or 50%, that's still better than my phone being dead. But like I said before, I use this all the time, so I'm constantly charging my phone,